Hi guys, this is Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Welcome to another video in my Christmas crafting series. It's time to add some tags to the packages under the tree. And what could be cuter than this stamp set from Mama Elephant? All of these little penguins are getting their gifts ready for Christmas, so I'll color up some and add them to some tags. I wanted a bunch of these little images, so I stamped out one copy and cut it out with a nice white offset on my Scan and Cut. Then I replaced the cardstock on the sticky mat with some plain white cardstock and cut a bunch more. This gives me a template to use in my stamp platform from Holtz. You could use a MISTI too, and a bunch of shapes to stamp on. All I had to do was put the images in the template, then I stamped the images with tuxedo black ink, and now I'm all ready to color. By the way, I'm not going to throw that template away. I'm going to go ahead and just put it in the sleeve with my stamps so I can use it again later. Since these images are so small and I have so many to color, I'm doing some pretty simple coloring using my Spectrum Noir markers with just a little bit of shading. For the ribbon on the box that this first penguin is popping out of, I'm using some reds. For the shadows, I used DR4, and for the lighter areas, I used DR1. I used the same color combination for his hat. Next, I moved on to the black areas of the penguin. Of course, I didn't color him black because I wanted a little contrast, so instead I'm using some gray markers. I used GG4 for the shadows, GG1 for the highlights, and GG3 to blend them together. Now I'll color the box. I decided to leave it as white, but we do need to add some shadows. So I used GG2 for the shadow, GG1 to blend that out, and then a blender marker to blend it out a little further into the white of the cardstock. I also used that same color combination to color in the white area of the penguin, just using that GG2 for the shadow and GG1 to blend it out slightly, and then going in, of course, with the blender marker. For this little package image, I decided to make it green with a red ribbon. I'll start off with the box. I used AG4 for the shadows and AG1 for the highlights. Next, I'll move on to the ribbon and bow. I'm using the same red combo as before, using DR4 for the shadows and DR1 for the highlights. So just because I can't resist, and on this first tag, I'm going to go ahead and finish this one up because it's just adorable. So this is one of the tags that I made on a recent video that I was doing for scrap hoarders. It's basically two layers of a tag. One of them I put through an embossing folder that is the polka dots from Doris, and I'm going to just put some white pigment ink. This is Hero Arts Unicorn White. I'm just going to gently brush that across the top to kind of make it look like snow. Hard part is not getting your hands in what you already inked. So go ahead and add that on there. Now I need to come back and get this side. And it is a little smudged in a couple areas, but that's okay. Now I'm going to take my heat tool. I'm going to take my heat tool and my little cutting board so I can go ahead and try to get some of that ink dried. So what I decided to do on this first tag is use this little guide that's popping out of a present, have another little gift sitting to the side, and then use this do not open until December 25th. Go on that. To add a little additional dimension to the tag, I'm using some scraps of fun foam that have been sitting in my stash for way too long. One side has adhesive, and I'm using art glitter glue to adhere the other side. And that is probably more than what I need. I'll trim it right down to about there. And just like I did on my other video, I'm going to use one of these flossers in order to get it through the little hole. I'm going to try this and see if I can go ahead and get both pieces through at the same time. And it worked, yay! And there is the first tag complete. I'll go ahead and put together another tag. I had already cut out the tag shapes using a die and or my scan and cut, and I'm doing it basically the same way that I did in that other video, and you can see that video here. First I stamped on the back to and from, and now I am gluing two of the tags together. One has been embossed and had some ink added to the edges, and the other one just has that to and from, but that gives us a complete tag. Now, since some of these were created using my scan and cut, I did need to go ahead and punch the hole because there wasn't a hole there. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some more of those little cute little images using that fun foam to adhere it down onto the tag. To finish this tag up, I ran some red and white baker's twine through the little hole in the top of the tag. And I'm doing the exact same thing here with a couple more images on another of those tags. I just love these little images. They worked out so well. Thank you so much for dropping by and hanging out with me during my Christmas crafting series. I really hope that you've enjoyed this series for 2020, and I may have one more video if I can get it done in time. But I also hope that you've been inspired for your own Christmas crafting. I'd love to see what you create, so come join my Facebook group, Crafting with Debbie, and show us your creations. I've left a link down in the description box below. Oh, and if you create anything using an idea from one of my Christmas crafting videos, please be sure to post a picture on social media and tag me at hashtag Debbie J's Crafting Corner and at hashtag DJCC Christmas 2020. You can also see all of my Christmas crafting videos for 2020 by clicking on the hashtag DJCC Christmas 2020 down in the video title. Here are some other videos that you may be interested in. Thank you again so much for dropping by, and remember, if I can make it, you can too.